Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Back from the Grid podcast. And today I'm joined by
Matthew.
Welcome, Matthew. How are you
doing?
That
was a cluster truck of a mess.
Yes, we both wanted to do the intro today, so we decided to both do the intro. I don't know how that'll sound, but it was probably really bad. So yes, welcome to the Back from the Grid podcast. Matthew, we're back.
We're back.
Before we begin, I do want to mention that schedules has been a little weird lately, but we're all good now, and we're going to be uploading every week, and it's going to be awesome, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, unless like somebody's dying or something like that. Hopefully that doesn't happen. So Matthew, how has your week been going?
I've been stressed out.
Ooh, tell us about it.
Just with life and everything, work and school and stuff like that. Other than that, though, not too bad. I've watched a couple of episodes of, what was it? It was on Netflix, Stranger Things. I rewatched season 3 slightly.
Very nice.
I've enjoyed it slightly. I did watch some YouTube gameplay of the new Call of Duty. I'm excited for Modern Warfare's beta. I'm waiting for it this weekend for the open beta for PC. So I'm definitely looking up for that. I saw on Facebook, and I just want to say I did post this on Facebook. I'm super excited for Call of Duty Mobile coming to phones and all that, which sounds stupid to be excited for, but to be able to play Call of Duty on the go, zombies, battle royale, multiplayer, that's something I'm excited for. And I played a lot of Postal 2 in my free time, which if anybody hasn't heard of that game, it's a fairly controversial kind of game, not really controversial.
I do believe we will be talking about that a little later.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
I'm excited for that.
Well, you're going to be talking about that, I believe. But, cool. Anything else interesting be going on? What have you been playing?
Like I said, I've been playing...
Besides Postal 2.
Postal 2. It's a good game, darn it. Anyway, I played a little bit of Minecraft. Fortnite.
Oh, God.
Doing the deep dab on those haters. They start shooting at you, just dab on them.
Okay.
And this is how you lose friends.
Yep. And that's the end of the podcast, everybody. Thanks for listening.
We're never doing this again.
Never. Well, cool. It's unfortunate that you're stressed, but hopefully us doing this podcast together can help with that.
You're
talking
probably
about some
stressed
stuff that we love.
too.
I live in like a constant state of stressed out all the time. But no, it's actually been pretty okay. I was going through a little bit of a bumpy patch with like jobs and schedules and school and homework and all this junk that's been going on. But I finally have everything stabilized. I can officially say that things are stable, which is awesome because it hasn't been that way for a good long time. I got good jobs. I'm going to college. I got my bills paid. I'm set. And I'm actually getting enough sleep every night, which is super important. And you guys should always get enough sleep. Now,
at least 5 hours.
6 to 8 hours is what doctors recommend usually. But, however, I did want to say how you've been watching some shows. I rewatched, and this might give a little bit away about me and my taste in film and TV shows. I have like a wide variety of things that I watch, and I have recently rewatched for the second time so that I could watch the movie for like the third or fourth time, Steven Universe.
Oh my God, have you watched the movie?
Yes.
Oh.
It's amazing. Okay, I do have some issues with the movie, but for the most part, it's a good movie. It's a great show. If you guys have never seen it and you like other shows like Gravity Falls or what's another good one? I guess Rick and Morty, but like for a younger, more family-friendly audience. Steven Universe is an amazing show, and I highly recommend you all go watch it because it's wonderful. And holy crap, I love that show. It's awesome.
But
and
yeah,
Onion is pretty hilarious sometimes.
Oh my God.
But anyway, yes. So that is that. Games I've been playing. Haven't really been playing very many games recently.
But he will be playing, folks, when it comes out.
Oh. That brings us to the next thing. Mountain Blade Bannerlord. What? Okay, guys.
Snap.
Okay, guys. 164 days before this game is released. I do believe also that the multiplayer beta is supposed to be going on right now. They have not invited me, So obviously it's not started because they haven't invited me yet, obviously. However, and this is like a little teaser for next week because I got not really a new segment, but this will be a segment I do next week. Mountain Blade Bannerlord has released a video. Now it's unlisted. You can only find it if you go and look at their discussions, but I'm giving you guys the inside scoop here on our podcast. You can go to their Steam page and find their community posts that they do like every couple of weeks or so. And you can find a link there to a 30-minute video of single-player sandbox gameplay of Mountain Blade Bannerlord. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
He's drooling right now if you could see it.
Yes,
but you can't.
absolutely. Like my whole laptop is on fire because I just drooled all over it. But
he probably got too
it's
excited.
amazing, and I cannot wait for that game to come out. It's going to be great. I'm going to spend lots of money on it, I'm certain. And hopefully, even though it's going to come out in early access, it comes out ready to be played and really awesome. So I think that's about it for this intro segment. Welcome, guys, to episode 8 of the podcast. What? And last week was a mini episode. If you haven't seen it, we talked about Epic and our feelings about Epic and whatnot. I believe, Matthew, you were also telling me that there's a good games on for free this week.
Yeah.
So say a little bit about that.
Batman, Arkham Asylum, the trilogy, the Arkham games, all 3 of them are available on the Epic Store now this week for free. Including all the Lego Batman games as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
So that's like 6 games for free right now. So go claim them.
Okay, but question. When you say free for this week, is that until Sunday of this week?
Yep. And then they're gone. They're going back into the Disney vault.
So all you guys who have been keeping up with us every day that we upload, you guys are getting a good little bonus here. If you guys are listening to this in the future, then you will not be able to get this. But you can go look at the Epic Store in the future if it still exists. And hopefully, you will be able to get some free games from there or something of that kind. Now, I will say, though, that the Epic Store, even though I really would rather not get games from the Epic Store, a free game is a free game. So it's pretty good. I'm trying to stall here because Matthew's trying to type something to me, and I have no idea what the heck he's typing. LePay superheroes. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me right now, Matthew.
It's a secret for later when that gets there. Let me take control, sir, when that happens.
However, I did want to mention, and we don't have this written down. Matthew, I don't know if you can access these statistics really quickly, but we got people who listen to our podcast, guys, and I know you're listening to us right now. Hello. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. It's really cool. We've been looking at our analytics, and we've got yeah, go ahead.
89% of people are listening from the United States.
USA.
Part of that percent is from New Jersey. So
hi, New Jersey.
Whoever accidentally clicked on this,
right.
we're sorry for wasting.
I do have like a couple family members that live up in New Jersey, so it might be them. If it's not you guys, then welcome, New Jersey people. I hope you guys enjoy our podcast.
You should share us on your social media.
Yes. Go check out our social medias. We would love to connect with all of you on social media. We also have an email account, which is backfromthegridpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your emails if you have like questions or I mean, we only have one picture of us on social media, and it was our first episode, and we both look like crap. But me more than you. But anyway,
keep it PG.
So, what about our international listeners, Matthew?
Oh yeah, we do, don't we?
Was it the UK? We got some people in the UK.
Australia.
One of my other favorite countries besides the US, and Australia. Australia, your guys' country scares me because
Victoria.
You guys have giant spiders. What was it?
It was Australia, Victoria.
Victoria. That might be like a province or something.
And then Melbourne.
What
I'm sorry,
now?
I butchered the name there.
I need it spelled before I can pronounce it.
Melbourne.
Oh, Melbourne.
Yeah, Melbourne.
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 Hey, all you guys from Melbourne, thank you so much for listening to us. They're not listening to us anymore, but it was nice meeting you guys from Melbourne. It's wonderful. But yeah, catch up with us on social medias. We're on Twitch. or well, not really on Twitch very often right now, but we're on Twitter and Facebook, and I think we might be doing MySpace at some point in the future because, who doesn't do MySpace these days? But yeah, so
boy.
Back from the Grid podcast on Twitter, Back from the Grid on Facebook, I think so. Or you can just search Back from the Grid podcast on either, and you'll probably find us. And then on Twitch, we are Back from the Grid podcast.
Yeah.
No, the Back from the Grid, sorry. I still haven't changed that yet. Hopefully I'll be able to get to that soon. Okay, so that's all I wanted to mention for this introduction and saying hi to all you guys. And thank you guys so much for listening because it's really awesome. Matthew, what is something that makes you nostalgic?
Something that makes me nostalgic.
Yes. I believe we have something written here.
Okay. I believe we're supposed to be talking about nostalgic guilty pleasure games.
Ooh, interesting. I think you already mentioned yours, but you feel free to go into more detail.
So you're gonna look at me like I'm a psychopath.
I already do that, but whatever.
Postal 2 is my guilty pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game that is so disturbing, so screwed up and messed up. I'd honestly say it's on the level of GTA, if not a little bit worse.
Worse than GTA.
It's in between GTA and Manhunt for being a super messed up. Manhunt being that super it's AO, just you're killing innocent people kind of messed up game.
Mm-hmm.
And then GTA being that M-rated doing drugs and all that.
Hey, look, a grandma. Yes.
But I mean, it's like a joke kind of game. It's fairly short. It's runs on the Half-Life 1 engine. So Golden Source.
Right.
It's I got it on Humble Bundle.
Okay.
For $1.
Okay, not bad.
And it has multiplayer support. It was really fun to play through right now. I think I'm on week Wednesday. You could pick up a cat. Here, I'll give you an example for how messed it up it is.
Okay.
That's a great way of saying it. Is there's a cat. This is about to get messed up, folks. You can pick up the cat. And you can use it as a silencer.
That's awful.
Or dogs. Dogs are included.
Okay,
too.
that's too far. Oh, video games, everybody. I can see why it's your guilty pleasure game. You should feel guilty about that.
And literally, you get all these people that flip you off in the roads and stuff. And then you're just I pull out shotgun with cat on it. And after you shoot it enough, it'll go launching the cat.
Okay, but here's the question. And this is the most important question, Matthew. Because this will determine how I feel about this game. When you shoot the cat silenced gun, does it go...
Meow? Yes.
Oh my god.
It gets higher pitched every time it loses its durability.
That's awful, but I love it.
And it screams when it gets shot out.
Okay, that's not good.
This episode is sponsored by PETA.
Yeah. No, PETA would yeah, it would sponsor this episode, wouldn't it? Okay, I have to bring this up real quick because it reminds me of when PETA was going after what's his name, alligator guy, Steve Irwin, when they were going after national treasure, global treasure, Melbourne's global treasure, Steve Irwin, and the whole of the world was just all right, PETA, you're dead to us. Go away. You don't go after Steve Irwin.
Or when they tried making a statement with that new Pokemon, the goat or sheep one that was a super adorable, and then they tried attaching stuff to it, and people were hey, PETA, screw off.
Yeah, I don't know.
The things.
I don't know about that one, but PETA is definitely not on my happy list. So, Matthew, was there anything else about Postal 2 that made you interested in it?
You could pee on random people.
Great, so my game... Okay, so that's Matthew's guilty pleasure game. Mine is a little bit more stupid and less... insensitive, I guess. So you all know the game Gary's Mod, I'm sure. Hopefully. If you don't, it's a great game. You should check it out. Just be prepared for lots of trolling. Gmod is a game that exists, and it's a wonderful game. And I've played a lot of Gmod. I've played Prop Hunt and Dark RP, all that good stuff. But the thing about the Gmods that will keep me there literally for 1,000+ hours is what I have on Gmod.
You don't. I don't believe you.
I will show you when we're done with this podcast. I actually do.
It's gonna be like Stardew Valley's playtime.
I don't have that much playtime in Stardew Valley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But so with Gary's mod, the thing that keeps me there, and it's like an addiction for serious. I have to not do this because I will get stuck there forever. I'll like I would quit my job and do anything else or just do this specific thing. And what it is, it's called Star Wars RP. And if you've ever played it, you probably know what I'm talking about. But it's really stupid. But it's just like a bunch of people get on a Gmod server and then do Star Wars. And they Star Wars, and you get like promotions for fighting in these giant battles, and it's actually really cool, but it's really bad for me because I get stuck on it. But that's my guilty pleasure game, and I can't play it anymore because I'm busy and I actually, have a life.
You have a life?
Have to do.
What?
I know, right? It's crazy. But I actually have like responsibilities and stuff. But let me tell you something. If you're like 19 living with your parents on a summer break, you could spend the whole summer doing that and it would be the best fun you've ever had.
And he knows because he's done it.
Yes, multiple times. I did it, and then I had to get out, and then it pulled me back in, and then I had to get out again. So, but that's my guilty pleasure
like my
game.
Job.
Play at your own risk. Play at your own risk. So, Matthew, you've like been throwing some stuff down on our little page here, improvising stuff.
No, I forgot to add something. I'll be honest.
Oh, yes. That's what I was going to say, Matthew. That's what I was going to say. You have a thing that you've been doing, and it's wonderful, and it's awesome, and we're going to keep doing it because it's great. Matthew, take it away.
Alrighty. Oh, boy. Last podcast, I asked you, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? What would you use it for? And actually, we got a response this time. Shocker.
Ooh.
So, alrighty. Brittany said on Facebook, I would have the ability to teleport from one place to another because I wouldn't have to drive and I could get in there in like a minute without having to leave.
Hey, teleportation would be cool, but it is horrifying, the actual thought of teleportation. Because literally, like, the whole thought is that you destroy your physical form, but copy every single like cell and atom of your body and like make it into light or something that goes really fast like electricity or something, and then send it hundreds of thousands of miles away or whatever it is, and then put that into a computer which takes a bunch of matter and reconstructs you exactly as you were. Is like the scientific way, but like as a superpower, that would be awesome. Like just throw a black hole on the ground, like just a black circle, jump in it, and then you'll be where you want to be. That would be really cool. That was really good thinking, Brittany. I think that would be a great superpower if it wasn't like the actual physics approved way that you would actually have to teleport. Like if it was just a superpower and you could just do it, that would be cool.
So yeah, so me and Cody are going to go ahead and talk about what our superpowers would be. But remember, guys, you can also participate in this discussion by joining in on the discussion at our social media links below in the comments and showing on screen if you're watching YouTube. So that way you don't have to miss when we decide to do questions for the next one or for any future ones. So yeah, go ahead and join in on the discussion. But anyway, Cody.
Yes.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Okay, I was actually thinking about this today.
Oh, yeah?
And so it's kind of complicated. But my superpower would be the ability, effectively, to stop time for everything and everyone except myself. However, basically, like, I wouldn't age during this time, and I wouldn't need food or water or, anything like that. But if I slept, the sleep that I got would carry over. Like the refreshing sleep that I got would carry over whenever time restarted. But effectively, like, pause time, and then I could go do anything. And then at any moment, I could say, all right, time, go again. And I would instantly be right back where I was in that same moment of time. But I would be able to keep the knowledge or the sleep that I was able to get. So, like, I could pause time and then literally go for years and years and just read books and research stuff and like learn things, and then instantly be back where I was, same age, at the same moment in time, but with years more knowledge of something if I wanted to do that. Mm-hmm. That would be my superpower.
Okay, then that's a lot more thought than I thought I was.
Yeah, it randomly appeared in my head today that I should think about that, and I thought about it, and that's what I would want to do, because then I could do all the stuff I want to do, and in the actual timeline only sleep for a second, but I would actually be getting 8 or 9 hours of sleep every night, which would be amazing too.
I wish I could read minds.
You would not want to read minds, Matthew. I can assure you of that. You would not want to read minds. It's a train wreck up here. You don't want any part of that. What do you think of me? You don't want any part of that.
Man, this guy is I'm reading Cody's mind. Wow, I don't know why I'm here right now.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I can assure you. People think a lot of bad things that they don't say because they know it would hurt someone's feelings. But if you can push past their own filter and see all the negative stuff that goes on in their head, I don't think you would want to do that.
Anyway, so my real answer, my real answer would be to fly.
Oh, okay, fly's good.
Flying, I don't like teleporting because I'd freak out because I don't know where I'm going to.
Yeah.
Flying, I would love to get really high up, and if I fall, I wouldn't have to worry about, dying on impact.
Are you saying, Matthew, that you want to get high?
Like a G6.
No, flying would be really cool, though. But you'd have to be careful of going too high up, or you would die of suffocation. Because there's not air.
I'm going to beat the odds. I'm going to go all the way up.
But see, that's when you say, I want to be Superman. So you can fly in space and not have to breathe or anything and be invincible too.
You know what? I got another one. You know what? I swapped that out. The ability to not die.
Immortality?
Yes, but it's controlled immortality.
So controlled mortality.
Yeah.
So you choose when you die.
Yes.
But what if you just wake up on a Monday and it's you know what? F this.
Well, I will have the choice.
Matthew, you've had 3 choices of superpowers now.
Oh, I don't know. I can't
this
decide
is your question.
Something like this.
This is your question.
This is so difficult to think of.
Then how do you expect other people to answer this question?
Magic, duh. They have
Actually, we have a new question.
Yes, we do. And so now that we've given our answers, the next question.
Also, before we continue with the next question, feel free to let us know what you thought about our answers. If you think they're good answers, if you think they're bad answers, just hit us up on social media, on that Twitter and on that Facebook and the Myspace, which we don't actually have, but we might set up at some point. And just let us know. But yes, continue, Matthew.
So,
what's our next question?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
For next week's question.
I am really, really excited right now for this next question. You have no idea. I am pumped. What is it?
Next week's question is going to be, if you...
Matthew, I just realized we could edit in a drum roll. We don't have to slap the table.
Interrupts.
We actually have audio stuff that we could... Okay, sorry, continue.
Wow. Okay, getting everybody excited.
Next week's question.
Next week's question is going to be, if you were a character in a horror movie, who would you be?
I already know that. I've played him twice.
Go ahead, put your, comments in the with the hashtag Lapaya horror.
You're gonna have to spell that.
LPIAY. Hashtag Lapaya horror, and then
that's horror, not horror. Lapaya
wow.
Horror.
Okay, don't say
horror.
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 And we immediately get flagged and demonetized.
Yes, demonetized. So yeah, check us out. Let us know. We really want to know what your guys' answers would be. I think we're going to get some pretty interesting answers. But there might be some reason that we're talking about horror movies, Matthew.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
We're alluding a little bit.
Yes. At the end of this, there might be a discussion about a certain new horror movie that came out. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what that horror movie
Matthew.
is. Could be anything.
We like to talk about news here, don't we? Every now and again, we like to sprinkle in a little bit of news. Well, you've got a very interesting story to talk about today.
I do. It's
That
been
I
out
don't
for a
give
while.
a crap about. But
Oh
our
my God.
listeners will. So please go ahead.
Alrighty, this is for the 19% of viewers that watch this podcast. This is for you.
Hold on. You said watch the podcast again.
Oh,
Listen to the
listen
podcast.
or watch.
Guys, we're gonna fix this. If you watch on YouTube, that's great. But everyone else, I know you're just listening to us. You're not like outside the window peeking in or something.
Oh my God.
So please continue.
All right, this is for the 19% of people that listen in our podcast that use iPhones. Yeah, you. We know you who you are. We're watching you right now. Anyway, now that creepy thing is over. Apple announced their new iPhones. Of course, it's a new year, new iPhones.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm just gonna like mute my microphone, so take this away.
Anyway, iPhone 11 got announced. It's got 2 rear cameras on it. It's got a new ultra-wide camera. They added a new feature to their camera app called Night Mode, which will basically compete with the Google Pixel phone for low light situation, using computer algorithms to make better looking nighttime images that don't look grainy and look better. They're introducing slow fees, so you'll be able to record slow motion footage with the front camera, which is, I'm going to assume, mean that it's going to shoot at a higher frame rate. Don't see why you'd be interested in something like that, but hey, you got the option. It also now comes with, and this is something that makes me so happy, and you guys should be happy too for this as well, is now they're including fast chargers natively in the box. Thank God. It's like they started supporting fast charging standards, and then they just were like, we're just going to put a regular charger in there. You figure it out, when all these other OEMs are like, hey, we'll just add one in there for you to start off with. And if you guys aren't seeing this, but Cody's doing a little jig right now. Oh, God.
Goddamn Apple.
Anyway,
Keep going.
it's also going to have a larger battery, with Apple saying both, well, technically all 3 models having over 5 hours of extra battery life. Unfortunately, though, if you were hoping that there would be a headphone jack on this iPhone 11, you're unfortunately wrong. Oh my God. The iPhone 11 Standard Edition will start at $799, with new iPhone Pro and iPhone Pro Max with 3 cameras and the ability to shoot at 4K, starting at $999 and $1099 respectively. That's a lot of money for that phone. But they also announced at their new keynote event in September that they announced the new iPad 7th generation. Don't care. New iWatch Series 5. Don't care. If you care, then I'm excited. But the big thing they announced this year, other than their hardware revisions, is their services. So Apple is very much pushing their streaming services and other services that they're going to provide to customers. It's probably because they realize that their hardware company business is dying. But so they went ahead and talked about Apple Arcade and Apple TV Plus. So Apple Arcade is an unlimited kind of subscription-based game service for Apple platforms that is basically going to have, when it launches, over 100 plus games. It's going to cost $4.99, and it's going to have the ability to play games on and offline, cross-platform compatibility between all your MacBooks, your iPads, your iPhones, between the entire Apple ecosystem. So that's a plus if you're an Apple user, and they'll be running no ads. The games that will be included are going to be games like Sonic Racing, Lego Brawls, Pac-Man Party Royale, and the new Frogger game. So yeah, that's exciting. But we also have got we got a Apple TV Plus here, which is Apple's new streaming service. Oh yay, another new streaming service. Oh boy, it's gonna turn into cable. You know that, right, Cody? It's gonna turn into cable TV. We're all gonna have to pay like $100-something plus to get what we want.
Yes, I know that.
What was that?
They heard it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It'll come through. Continue.
Anyway, Apple, it's basically going to stream a bunch of Apple exclusive, original shows every month. ad free with the support of 4K HDR with Dopply Atmos support. It's also going to be, I believe it was $7.99 on here, but I do have it listed for $4.99 per month. That was the price. Okay, never mind. I had a brain fart. Yep, $4.99 a month. And the cool thing with this is why I'm saying it looks like Apple is relying on the sale of the phones. Well, they're relying on the sales of the services, because if you look at any of the new iPhones, it all comes with a free year of both these services. So when you buy one of these phones that are $700 or $800, you'll get you'll get these services for free for a whole year, which is nice.
Wow. That's some great news. Hey, next segment.
So Cody, what'd you think of those?
Is this the new phone that has the spider eyes?
The spider eye? Oh yeah, it's got like 3 cameras. It's square.
Yeah.
Do you want to see a picture of it?
No, I've seen it. I also was wondering, is that their gaming stuff? Is that anything like Google Stadia?
No, because one, you can download it and it plays on the original. It plays on the hardware. With Stadia, it streams over the internet. With this, you can actually download the games and have them on there and play.
So it's like just Steam or Epic or something, but for Apple.
Kind of.
And it has Frogger.
It's got Frogger, man.
Guys, drop everything. Apple has the new bestest video game stuff ever because it has Frogger. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So, for those of you who don't know, I have beef with Apple. I don't like their stuff. I don't like them as a company. I don't like anything about Apple. However, I know that a lot of people do, and I'm not saying you're wrong. You're wrong. But I prefer non-Apple products because I don't appreciate their business practices. But I digress. If you guys like your Apple stuff, keep enjoying it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't enjoy the Apple stuff. I just don't like Apple very much.
He's a hater.
Of Apple, absolutely.
You know what they say, boys? They just hate us because they ain't us.
Because they're an anus?
You haven't watched that movie, The Interview?
I have, but I haven't watched it in a while. They almost, died because of that. They had security people on them all the time because North Korea was after them or something for a while.
Well, they got hacked by South Korea.
Yeah, something.
Or North Korea.
All right, let's stop talking about politics now. Actually, speaking of politics, my next story kind of has to deal with that a little bit, but it's not really. I'm not going to get into too much detail with this because there's a lot of detail with this story, and we just don't have time. But I will tell you the story, and if you haven't heard of it, feel free to go research it. We are just basically I'm going to tell you the story, and then we're just going to talk about our opinions of it for a little bit. So the story is that the UK Parliament has declared officially, politicians have gotten together and wrote a 50 to 100 page report about video games and stuff. And in that report, there's a section about how loot boxes are in fact gambling. In the UK, it is now official that loot boxes are gambling. And even...
It's a fact.
It's fact. And even the Church of England agreed. So Jesus hates gambling. All right. No, sorry.
Wait, does that mean is
not going to get religious in here.
France, the Pope, isn't the Pope part of England, the Church of England?
Oh, dear God.
Wait,
Matthew,
no.
You have so much to learn about
I don't know.
Geopolitical politics. No, the Pope is in the Vatican City, which is in Italy, which is in Rome, which is... The Vatican City is like its own little country, but
Can we get him to
inside Italy. I mean...
Because then we'll win.
I feel like he might have said something about it. He did get stuck in the elevator a couple weeks ago for an hour, and he missed some important event or something. But anyway, so yes, the UK Parliament declares that loot boxes are in fact gambling, and the Church of England agrees. So I'm just putting in the Church of England agrees as a little bit of cherry on top. But really, the main story here is that the UK Parliament, lots of elected officials have gotten together to agree that loot boxes are in fact gambling. And if you have seen the new... What was it? NBA 2020?
NBA 2K20, boys. We posted
Have
that
you
on
seen
our
that?
Facebook and Twitter.
If you guys haven't, literally, it's a basketball game that Peggy has rated for 3-year-olds, which has slot machines in it. Which
it has
you can actually spend
slot machines.
Real money in it.
You know what?
What?
You know what?
What?
Now that you got the fire going,
Oh,
you know what makes me
You know what grinds my gears?
You know what really grinds my gears? They'll give Pokemon Red a T rating for having simulated gambling. But they'll give NBA 2K20 a freaking like E rating or whatever. And they are like, oh, it's no problem. They're all fine. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to say it right now. They are paid they're being paid under the table.
As that is your opinion.
That's my opinion.
Yes, you need to specify that, or that could be slander.
That's my opinion.
Yes.
There is no way in heck.
So all you lawyers listening to us right now, from all you big game companies, because we know you all listen to us, this is all of our opinion. This whole podcast is our opinion. We are not stating any facts. Specifically, this is all of our opinion. Except for Matthew's story, which was, in fact about Apple and stuff. But most of this podcast is our opinion, so please remember that before you come after us. Anyway.
I'll fight you back. I got lawyers too.
Sure. But yeah, so that's our stories for today. And we actually have a really interesting versus segment coming up. So before we begin, I wanted to mention that a really cool podcast that you guys should go check out because they've been posting with us on social media and stuff. Hotline Hangouts. These guys. Okay, so I hate to admit it, but I haven't actually listened to any of your guys' podcasts. I'm sorry. I'm going to. I've just been really busy.
Totally.
Okay.
Not really.
Awesome. I will totally listen to some of your guys' podcasts. However, they left us a really awesome post or reply on our it's a poll on our poll on Twitter about the Mario versus Sonic. So
we take that as 2 votes.
The de facto winner on Facebook, Matthew won.
Whee!
On Twitter, I won. When all the votes are combined, it's an exact tie. So from our results, it's a tie, and neither of them would win. However, Hotline Hangouts did let us know that there is a video, which is called Mario vs. Sonic Death Battle, the Death Battle channel. It's got like 5 million views. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you go watch it. It's pretty cool. Matthew, what did you think of that video? I
think it was factually wrong.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
But as the video as a whole,
I thought it was great. I thought it was wonderfully made. I liked some of like the animations.
They did seem to do some pretty good animation.
The editing was really solid. The audio was great. I'm just dancing around the other part of it.
Okay, so the video declares one of them a de facto winner. Which one was that, Matthew?
I don't know. Who was it?
Mario is the official de facto winner because no, he's the official de facto winner according to the video because of his ability to survive. I'm gonna just break it up. Because of his ability to survive, like what was it, a 10,000 something explosion instead of Sonic's only ability to survive like a 2,000 something explosion or something crazy like that. But as far as they have decided, Mario is the winner. So I'll take that as like a pseudo victory. But officially, we're tied. We tied on that one.
I'll take the official tie. You lost.
So, Matthew, what do you think about that whole ordeal?
I think they probably should do more research.
You're just salty.
I'm
Hashtag salty. Okay, but this week we actually have a really good one that I can't believe I haven't thought of before. And it is one of the oldest ones, not as old as Mario vs. Sonic, but still fairly old. Dumbledore versus Gandalf. Who would win in a fight between the two of them? I guess I should have said that intro first instead of their names. Dumbledore versus Gandalf. Who do you think would win? Matthew, who do you think would win? Why? And tell me why you are factually wrong.
Obviously, Gandalf. Totally.
Yeah, you're right. All right, done. Next segment, everybody.
I'm joking.
Next segment.
That would be easy for you. Obviously, Dumbledore.
Continue.
Because Dumbledore is Dumbledore.
You're gonna need more information.
I mean, he's the principal of like.
He's the principal of a school. He's gonna beat Gandalf. Oh, and I will specify.
Wizard.
I will specify Gandalf the White. I do personally think Gandalf the Grey would have a Gandalf the Grey. I'll hit puberty one of these days, guys. Don't worry about it. I do believe Gandalf the Grey might have a difficult time, but Gandalf the White, personally, would wipe the floor with Dumbledore. But please continue why you think Dumbledore is better and why you are wrong.
Well, he doesn't have a bunch of hobbits going around with him.
No, he has little children doing his bidding.
Yes.
But please continue. Continue.
Well, he took on... Did he take on Voldemort?
Voldemort?
Yeah.
Yes.
At one point.
And he did take on Voldemort.
Did he...
No, he did not defeat Voldemort. In fact, he was killed by a child.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the movies?
I have.
And read... Well, I haven't read all the
I haven't
books.
read the books, so everybody
books.
leave me alone about reading the books.
So we will also specify we are talking about book Dumbledore... Or no, sorry.
The movie.
Movie Dumbledore and movie Gandalf.
That's
because
a whole
neither of us
hole.
have read all of the other books, even though we should because they're great, because I've read some of each of them, but not all of them.
Okay, so let me ask this. Does Gandalf have...
Gandalf has a sword.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And a horse.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You know what Dumbledore
And
has?
he killed a Balrog, a giant demon creature from the depths of hell, and he 1v1'd it while falling through the air and came back stronger. Gandalf wins. Done. Print. Send it off to post.
Dumbledore, he raised the chosen one.
Yeah, he got a whole bunch of kids to do his bidding, and then he died to a child.
He didn't die to a child. He got killed by Snake.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Did you... Yes.
Okay, three things are wrong with those words you just said. You said he got killed by Snake. I think you meant to say Snape. And
Snape.
actually... No, you're right, it was Snape. I was thinking it was Malfoy.
Yeah, because Malfoy decided that he was going to be like a baby and just wussy out.
Well, okay, but Snape, though, like... That still doesn't make it... Okay, he wasn't killed by a child, but he was killed by Snape. But still, the point still stands. He died. Gandalf literally fell from hundreds of thousands of feet in the air and did I think it was like eons worth of time battle against this Balrog and came out victorious and did not rest. He did not go to rest. He came back to save Middle-earth. You can't not convince me that Dumbledore would beat Gandalf.
Well, Dumbledore's Dumbledore.
The White.
Obviously. So, anyway.
I think I've won this one, Matthew.
No, you didn't.
Before the votes even come in, I believe I've won this one.
You're just lucky because I don't know a whole lot of Gandalf.
Well, then why did you agree to this one? We discussed it before.
I said Gandalf, not Dumbledore.
Yeah.
I didn't know who I was
facing. You gotta know both of them to argue the point.
Dumbledore is Dumbledore. That's my point.
Okay, I will admit that Dumbledore at his full power, I think, is a really strong individual. And like I said, he would have a good chance against Gandalf the Grey. A very good chance. I can't say he would win, but he would have a good chance. The only reason that I say Gandalf the White would win, which is the one I'm arguing for, is because of the Balrog fight. Otherwise, it would be a close one. But the Balrog fight really cements to me that Gandalf would win, officially.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's let our audience
Let the audience decide. All right, guys, check out our Twitter and our Facebook. Twitter, Back from the Grid Podcast. Facebook, I believe, is just Back from the Grid. I think so. No. Twitter is Back from the Grid. Facebook is Back from the Grid Podcast. There we go. So go to those. Let us know what you guys think. And I just saw that on Twitter, hashtag Area 51 is trending. Trending with
God.
hashtag storm or Area 51 storm and Area 51 raid. Okay, sorry, that caught me off guard there. But yes, go check out our social medias and give us your opinion. Hit one of those options, whether Gandalf the White or Dumbledore, whoever you think would win in the fight, and let us know your opinion. Comment down below the video who you think would win, why you think they would win, etc., etc. So yes. That was a good discussion, Matthew. I feel very confident about my position here.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I
bet
do.
you do.
And now we're going to move on
Oh, yeah.
to our, unless you have anything else to add.
Oh, hey, what is this? It looks to be a news article. Area 51 raid canceled? No, it isn't.
I don't know
It's
about
not
that.
really canceled.
Yeah, it's never canceled. Naruto runners!
Guys, we've already sent the Kyles in, so they're doing the
the Kyles
scouting.
have made it in.
They've
Okay.
already made it in. They've
The
done some
Naruto runners are
infiltratings.
lacing up their boots,
Yeah.
preparing their arms for outstretching behind them.
Raid on Area 51 has been officially canceled on Facebook.
The government was probably like, hey, dude, take this down now or we're going to sue you. and like throw you in a prison cell with the aliens.
Well, I mean, he did. I remember the guy who did it. Now the event has changed where it's like will take place in Las Vegas.
Go take pictures of
alien
Area
stuff.
51 from far away and from a safe distance.
So I bet you $5 they're gonna try to like, oh crap, people are actually gonna try to do the raid.
2 people actually got arrested for trying to raid Area 51.
I mean, Kyle's
No.
Valiant.
Actually, like in this same vein, and I'm just talking about this because it just came to my mind again. It's been officially recognized by the Navy, the U.S. Navy, a video of a unidentified flying object. Now, it doesn't officially officiate anything, but there is a video that exists. You guys can go look it up. It's official. It's not like, scammed or anything. It was on like CBS News. So if it is fake, then wow, good job whoever made it. But the Navy has confirmed like the existence of this video about like a pilot who spotted an unidentified flying object and tried to get a lock on it, and this thing like sort of glitches out to the side, and it does that at like unrealistic speeds.
Didn't they say that was an experimental airship?
No, well,
because I remember seeing something about them. Like
there's a lot
footage.
of that. There's a lot of those stories, but the one that I was looking at specifically is the Navy just said, yeah, it's an unidentified flying object. It's official. This is a real video. And it's out there, so go check it out. It just made me think of it, Area 51 and aliens and stuff. So it doesn't mean that it's anything real. It could have been an experimental airship. It could have been like a glitch in the system or something. I don't know, but I just thought that was interesting.
So
now let's talk about a different alien.
Well, not real. Well, I mean, yeah, he's an alien.
I'm okay. Spoilers, guys. We're talking about It Chapter 2. We went and watched it last weekend. It was really good. And for the first half of this, besides those small spoilers we just gave,
that's not a spoiler. Literally, the book is like
okay, but for people who didn't read the book,
and don't tell me that you all have watched the miniseries. I'm turning the camera over to here. Like, you all have watched the miniseries. Don't lie to yourself. You all know how it goes. You dinguses.
All right. Well, we're not going to give you any more spoilers than that for this first half. We're just going to give you our basic opinions of It Chapter 2. If we think you should watch it, why we think you should watch it. If it had good cinematography or good this or that or something, vague things, and then we will do a soft sign off and let you guys who don't want spoilers, who haven't seen it yet, go away. And then we will talk about the nitty gritty, the meat of it. And you guys can come back after you've watched it and hear what we thought about it. Or you can just decide that you're not going to watch it at all and listen to what we thought. Yeah. So Matthew, what did you think of the movie? Non-spoiler effect. What did you think of the movie?
I thought it was...
Rate it on a scale of 1 to amazing.
1 to amazing?
Yes.
I would say I give the movie a solid 8 or 9 out of 10.
All right.
It's a 8.5.
Really? That's pretty low. I thought you really liked it.
I really liked it, but again, I took a minute away from the hype just to like kind of like
dissect it.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like there's a couple reasonings for that, but we'll discuss that a little bit later.
Get to that in the spoilers.
But anyway, what would you rate it out of 1 to 10?
I don't want to rate it out of 1 to 10 because that'll make people hate me. Out of 1 from amazing, I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was a great movie. I usually don't, I'll say this. Historically, I don't like horror movies. However, I'm a lot better at it now because I talked about this in the last podcast because I'm involved in the making of film and TV stuff now. So instead of being scared, I just look at it like, wow, how did they do that? What camera shots and stuff? So the horror was good. It had good horror, I think. There was a lot of suspense horror. I do think they could have toned it back on the jump scares just a little bit. But, it's a horror movie. They're going to have jump scares. One of the things that really caught me off guard about this movie, and one of the reasons I really liked it, was it's a horror movie, right? So the last thing you would expect is comedy. But the comedy in this movie was spot on. It was amazing. Not every single joke landed, but the ones that did land, they landed great. They landed awesome, huge laughs. It was really funny. And, you could be in the midst of like one of the scariest scenes in the movie, and then bam, you start laughing because it's wonderful. And I love that. I love that contrast between like, about to crap yourself versus laughing because
your
like
butt off.
I love that. They did a great job. The actors were wonderful. They played their parts really well. I especially liked, what's his name? The guy who played Split personalities. John McAvoy.
John McAvoy.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that's his name. He's a really great actor. He did a good job. The guy who played the kid from Stranger Things, with the glasses, the one that's obnoxious. The guy who played
Wolf
him.
Shaw or something.
I don't remember his exact name, but he did a great job. Just overall, like all the actors did a really good job. They all looked similar to their younger counterparts, which was really good. The cinematography in the movie was great. I have to give it up to I don't know actors' names, but the guy who played it did a wonderful job.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah, as
Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård, he did a great job. He did just as good as he did in the first one. So I will say the ending was a little exacerbated, I feel like it could have ended sooner than it did. It was a fairly long movie, personally. But overall, the movie's great. I highly recommend you go see it if you liked the first one, if you like that kind of film. It's great. I like it. Awesome stuff. Matthew, did you have anything to say before we move into spoiler territory?
Oh, by the way, I went ahead and looked it up. It's Finn Wolfhard.
Yes, that guy.
Yes,
He did a
that's his
wonderful
name.
job. Wonderful.
He was also in Stranger Things, and he's phenomenal as an actor. He changed a
Wait,
lot.
the older version?
What? No, that's
not
the
the
younger.
Yeah, not him. Well, he did a good job too, but I mean the guy who played his older counterpart did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So
Pause, everybody. Are you telling me the name of the kid actor or the adult actor?
of the kid actor.
Okay, what's the name of the adult actor? That's the one I was talking about. You don't have to look it up; it's fine. But the adult actor version is good. The kid actor was really good too.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the kid actor.
No,
What
I was
the
talking
heck?
about the adult actor. The older counterpart is what I said. The words.
You
Man.
should have said his name.
Well, I don't know his name. That's the whole
How
point.
do you not know his name?
Because I don't.
It's Richie.
No idea. Anyway,
Oh
did
my
you have
God,
anything to
you're
add
killing me
before we
here.
move to spoiler territory?
That's about all I'd have to say. Yeah, there's not a whole lot we can talk about. Now, I will say one more thing before we go. The director on an interview did talk about the fact that they're going back and shooting more for the DVD and digital release of the film.
And when you say more, you mean a lot more.
Oh yeah, no. He's calling it like a director's cut of the original. Well, not the original, but It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2 are gonna get re-released.
It's gonna be like what, 13 hours long or something crazy like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Literally, it's gonna have all the extras, all the deleted scenes. They're gonna be shooting newer footage for the physical release and digital release copies of it. And they're saying if you are a huge fan of Stephen King or just a huge fan of It, the movie, the book, the movies, then you'll definitely love this because this will give you a lot more content from the book. Hopefully, I'm hoping, but just more content in general, which is awesome. Just always an awesome thing to see. But yeah, let's go ahead and start moving into.
Well, before we do that, thank you all so much for listening. If this is where you're signing off with us, so please check out our social media. Hit us up on the Lapaya and the versus segment. Let us know Dumbledore versus Gandalf the White. Who do you think would win? And yeah, just let us know anything. If you guys liked this episode, if you would like us to discuss something else, if you had a topic idea, email us backfromthegridpodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, just get in touch with us. Say hi. We'd love to talk with you guys and say hi to everybody. And thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right. Now that they're
Spoiler
gone,
discussion.
now that they're all gone, let's talk about the meat and the guts of It Chapter 2.
So, I want to say something.
Yes.
This is something I want to say two things really.
Yes.
I am happy because they started the movie the way the book started.
Did they?
Yes. In the book, it involved two gay guys getting like murdered.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would add that.
Shocking entrance, but it set the tone very well for the movie.
And it shocked me very much personally because I feel like to some people, like I thought it was appropriate, and I feel like some people kind of found it slightly offensive.
Well, that's
but
gonna
that's
happen.
what it is.
It's a rated
hate
R film.
crime.
It's gonna happen.
It's an R-rated movie.
It's not real. Nobody was injured. It's make believe.
That's gotta suck to be those two though.
Yeah.
It's like gets beat up almost to an inch of your life, and then your like significant other gets torn to pieces.
Yeah, that's it. It was a shocking entrance.
That's like the equivalent of like you and or your significant other was like going over there, like as far like I don't know, like or like I don't know what.
I have no idea what you're trying to say right now, Matthew.
I don't know. It's like that's like if you're like girlfriend, like you're just walking, and then all of a sudden, like you watch as like your girlfriend like to gets her chest bitten out. You'd probably freak out, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I said it was shocking.
I would be like, nope, run the other way.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
I'm a coward. Can't. If I see a clown doing that,
Dude,
not today, Satan.
If I see a clown on an old abandoned road that I'm walking on, I'm getting the F out of there. Okay, but I want to talk about a certain scene. And I really like this scene. And this is the scene I was talking about with the comedy. The dog.
Oh my god.
The little baby dog.
I love that scene before. They set it up perfectly. They're like, man, why couldn't he just be like something cute? Like a dog. And then he opens the door. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
I love that scene so much.
Innocent. Maybe it's, just a normal dog. Turns into a monster dog. Oh, God.
Next time we're going with this just scary door or something like that. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. But it seemed so strange at the end there how the way they killed him was just
That's what made me very frustrated.
I didn't like how they did that because at the end there he like jumps at them and they all react with fear and then he continues to deteriorate. Like he got them to be scared when he jumped at them like that. So why not just go for the kill?
Because he's pretty much like super.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, we always are in a even when we like try to act brave, we're still in a state of fear. So I guess I don't think they were scared. They were just more or less shocked, is what I would say.
Yeah, it was probably like fight or flight more than it was terror.
Yeah, like they didn't know if they were gonna lunge, so that's more or less just a natural reaction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say it's them being I wouldn't say it's fear.
So okay, I want to talk about two things, and then I'll let you talk about some stuff. First thing is a critique of the film, and at the very end of the film, they had like everything was wrapped up, and then they found a letter from the guy who died at the beginning because he couldn't handle it.
Stanley?
Or so, yeah, Stanley. That whole scene was just too much. It was this film should have ended, should have been over. They didn't need it. He was dead. It was wrapped up with a little bow. They burned his little shower cap things, which by the way, that irritated me that they didn't have anything about that little hole that they all find in the first movie.
They actually had a lot of footage cut from Chapter 1.
I get that.
In fact, they had it I found this out recently. Chapter 1 was supposed to have a after credit scene.
Oh.
And it was supposed to have is it Beth? Or
Bev.
Mm-hmm. Bev.
Beverly, I think.
Yeah, you're supposed to see Bev's adult actor like picking up an iPhone or something. And it's her like picking up the phone call. That's what it was supposed to be. And it was supposed to cut there.
Well, see, my thing with that is just they used that little dirt hole for so much of the plot. And it just appeared out of nowhere effectively.
And it never showed up.
I feel like they should have tried to put that in there somewhere in the first chapter if they could have, if they were going to use it so prominently in the second one. It's okay. It's not ruining the movie for me. But the ending scene with the guy reading the note was too much, I think. It stretched it longer than it needed to. And then how the hole just appeared out of nowhere and then became an important plot point. So that was the one thing I want to talk about, my small critique. Then I want to talk about a really good thing about the film that I really enjoyed.
Please explain it to me.
I will explain it to you once I can remember it again because I just forgot it.
Why he's remembering that, I do want to say a minor complaint because we're being negative. Mm-hmm. The CGI was a little bit on the... I understand people are probably like, oh, you hate all CGI effects. You hate them all. But it's like, no, I don't hate CGI effects, and I think that a lot of movies use it very well. However, that being said, there are things in a horror movie, especially a horror movie, that you should not use CGI for. Or you should not use it so prominently in your film. When you start using it too much, it starts becoming more noticeable. The bad scenes start becoming way more noticeable. As it chapter 1, there was a lot of scene, like there was some CGI pieces in it. Like, yeah, do you remember the headless kid in the library scene in it chapter 1?
Not particularly.
The fat kid or whatever his name was. Oh my god, I feel terrible.
Well, you said headless.
Yeah, it was a headless kid. He was going down in the library, like the book racks and stuff, and then he looks behind him and down.
That wasn't a headless kid because he was like adult sized. The headless guy running after him.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a headless kid because remember he was looking in the book. He was looking in the book and he saw a head in the trees. That was the body that was attached to the kid.
Yeah, see, I didn't put that together. It just like was way out of the ballpark just having this headless guy running at him, to me personally. I mean, I get it when you say that, but that did not register with me.
That's where I drew the conclusion he saw he just saw a head just in a tree and then
I guess body. Yeah. But I haven't read the book, so
I thought that was
put it together. Though. I didn't put that one together. But that does bring me to my next topic though of I want to talk about the good things about it, and it's a horror film. And like I've said before, while I am not, it's a horror film.
I don't really think it's much of a horror film.
It's a horror film. It's a horror film. It's a horror film. I'm going to turn your microphone off. It's a horror film.
No, it's not.
All right. So this is our next versus segment. It's a horror film. So what I want to talk about, because it's a horror film, fight me.
Fight me.
While I've said yes, Matthew, just shut your face, all right? Let me talk, okay? Thank you.
No.
That's like the whole point of this. While it is a horror film, it's a horror film, and so the point of a horror film... God damn it, Matthew.
Oh my god.
The point of the horror film is to scare people. I just spit on my monitor. Is to scare people. And while I have admitted that I don't get scared as easily as I used to, there were still a few scenes that scared me. And there was one in particular that scared me the most. And I want to talk about the good thing because it's supposed to scare you as a horror film. Not like throughout, but it's supposed to have some good scares in there. So Matthew, I want to talk about which scene scared you the most in a good way. And if you can't think of it right now, that's fine. I will talk about mine real quick.
The bleacher.
Really? The first one? With the little girl?
Yes.
How so?
I felt like compared to Georgie's scene, like I was in the theater and like I would say it's just more of like I feel like it was like that scene where it's like, with Georgie's scene, I would always yell and scream at the television, "Just run! Use common sense!" And this one, it's like she did have common sense. Like
right?
She was like,
it was
I'm not
so well
talk
done.
To you. You're just some random strange clown.
Yeah, you're just a scary clown. Bye. But I do agree. It was brilliant the way that it was written for him to entice her by making her feel bad.
And he hid. I feel like that was one thing. It was like he wasn't in like super crazy creepy place. I mean, it's still super creepy.
I mean, he could have just like sprinted out and grabbed her and then ran off.
Yeah, but that's not what he does.
Yeah, exactly.
He builds the meal.
I agree that was a very well made scene. And it didn't scare me so much, but it did entertain me as just like how well it was put together.
I thought it was graphic near the end of it because she's like, 1.
It's gonna be graphic.
2.
The counting down was a little much, and then the anticipation there, the just slight extra pause before the strike, that was well done.
She's like, "You're supposed to say," and then boom.
Yeah, it was well done. It was well done. The scene that scared me the most, and I can't tell you why, was the Paul Bunyan scene when he was like going after.
I was excited to see that scene.
The older version, because I don't know what it was about it, but
it caught you off guard.
It caught me off guard because suddenly there's just this giant monster chasing this kid, and like I didn't realize where it was coming from. or what was going to happen with it, but it just, bam, there it is, stabbing at him. He barely got him, almost got him a couple times. And, like, how do you fight against that? Because it is supposed to be this thing that scares you. This is just a giant monster guy that's going to murder your face. So, yeah, that one scared me the most, I think. Just because I wasn't expecting it. It came out of nowhere to me.
But yeah.
So, yeah, those are scariest scenes, what we thought of the movie. Actors did a great job. The people putting it together did a great job. They're going to come out with extra stuff. Doesn't really interest me, but if it interests you guys, that's awesome. Matthew, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about the film?
No, that should be it. I honestly to God loved the film. I can't wait to see it on its physical release, to see all those wonderful little deleted bloopers and all those deleted scenes. If I get time, of course.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of time filled up with that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening.
Make sure to come back for next week's episode. And also make sure to go ahead, look at our social media. We're always posting every day.
Back from the Grid podcast on Facebook, Back from the Grid on Twitter. Twitch is the Back from the Grid. It may in the future just be Back from the Grid. I'm going to have to try to change that here pretty soon. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening. Just hit us up on social media, send us an email, say hi. We'd love to talk with all of you guys. And I think that's about gonna be it. So
we'll see you guys.
See you guys next time on the next exciting episode of the Back from the Grid podcast. See you later.
Bye.